made runs and we just couldn't get over the hump. Tonight was definitely better offensively, but we didn't get key stops down the stretch. And when we had chances to make shots to kind of take over the game, we didn't make them tonight.
How frustrated are you about your play this series?
Gotta give credit to them. They've definitely, forced us into tough shots. Just watching film from the first half, every time I took a shot, it was, two guys there, and sometimes three guys. So I think they've, had, goals and, they've done it. I think we were just one step slow in the first half, not bodying cuts to the rim. They had a lot of backdoors, from the post. I think guys falling asleep on the weak side. I just think that we didn't lock in as well as we should have defensively in the first half. And I think in the second half, guys kind of locked in better. Our defense was a whole lot better in the second half.
LaMarcus, you said that you guys were kind of a step slow. I mean, is it physically taxing going up against a physical team like Memphis?
No excuses. They're going to play every game. Just like we do. And of course, both teams are going to be beat up and I'd be kind of tired, but it is what it is out there.
I mean, they're a really good team. You got to give them their credit. I think they're around the league. A lot of people respect them for that. They defend well. They play really together offensively. And, every time it seemed like we were going to get it going, they would slow it down and drop it in the post. And, we would be locked in, and they would kick it out and hit a shot. It was just a lot of things. Go to pick and roll. And, maybe we don't do a good enough job getting over the screens and put our bigs in the bad spot, and the guard goes and scores. So I mean, they do a great job of just staying poised and doing what they need to do to slow us down. And that's on both ends. Obviously, nobody's come back from 3-0, and I think the easy thing to do would be to say nobody's ever come back from 3-0, but it's not impossible. And we got another game at home. If our minds are right, we'll take care of business at home. Get a win, have some pride, not be swept first of all, but give ourselves a chance to go back down there and try to steal one. And if that happens, then we have another opportunity to play at home, and hopefully we want to man up enough, I guess, to try to send it to 7. But we just got to worry about Monday. That's all that matters right now. Monday could be the end, so we need to play like that.